everyone to please keep their phone on the silent mode. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of CSIR-Central Road Research Institute, I, Dr. Meenal Chandra, warmly welcome our respected DG Ma'am, distinguished guests, scientists, and students to the National Science Day celebration. Observed every year on 28th February, this day honors the discovery of the Raman effect by the eminent physicist Sir C.V. Raman. It stands as a reminder of how scientific inquiry and innovation continue to transform society and address global challenges. To formally begin today's program, I would like to invite our esteemed dignitaries to kindly come forward to the stage. I request our distinguished guest, starting from our DG CSIR, Dr. N. Kalai Selvi ma'am, Dr. Arvind Bodankar, today's chief guest, Dr. C.H. Ravi Shekhar, Director CRRI, Shri Satish Pandey, Senior Principal Scientist CRRI, Dr. K. Ravinder, Chief Scientist and Head ILT, and Dr. Vinod Karar, Chief Scientist and Head PME, to kindly take their seats on the dais. Now, to mark the auspicious beginning of the National Science Day celebration, may I request our esteemed dignitaries to kindly join us for the ceremonial lighting of the lamp, symbolizing the illumination of knowledge and the spirit of scientific inquiry.
शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपज्योतिर्परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपो हरतु मे पापम् सन्ध्यादीपनमोऽस्तुते ओ दीपब्रह्मरूपस्त्वं ज्योतिषां प्रभुरव्ययः ओ दीपब्रह्मरूपस्त्वं ज्योतिषां प्रभुरव्ययः आरोग्यं देहि पुत्रांश्च मतिं स्वच्छां हि मे सदा रवेरस्तं समारभ्य यावत् सूर्योदयो भवेत् रवेरस्तं समारभ्य यावत् सूर्योदयो भवेत् यस्य तिष्ठेत् गृहे दीपः तस्य नास्ति दरिद्रता शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः नमोऽस्तु ते शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः
Now, as a gesture of respect and gratitude, I, Dr. Ashish Walia, on behalf of CSIR-CRRI, would like to welcome our esteemed guests by presenting them with the plant saplings, which symbolizing our sustainability growth and our shared commitment to the greener future. So now I request my organizing team to assist in welcoming our dignitaries. I request Director CRRI, Dr. Ravi Shekhar sir, to first invite our DG ma'am. Now I request Director Sir to invite our chief guest for today, Dr. Arvind Bodhankar.
Now, to formally welcome everyone and provide a brief overview of the Institute, I invite Dr. C.H. Ravi Shekhar, Director of CSIR-Central Road Research Institute, to deliver the welcome address and brief introduction of CSIR-CRRI. Sir, may I kindly request you to address the gathering?
Thank you, Dr. Meenal. Honorable Dr. N. Kalai Selvi, Madam, Director General, CSR and Secretary DSIR. Our distinguished Chief Guest, Dr. Arvind Bodhankar, Chief Sustainability Officer, AMNS India. And distinguished scientists, engineers, industry partners, students and participants. So good morning to all of you. It is my great pleasure and privilege to welcome CSIR-Central Road Research Institute to the occasion of National Science Day. So this Science Day we are celebrating particularly for the Raman effect by Nobel laureate Sir C.V. Raman. And this discovery not only brought global recognition to Indian science, also demonstrated power of curiosity-driven research and scientific thinking. The Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, CSIR, was established in 1942, is one of India's largest scientific research networks. So CSIR Central Road Research Institute, established in 1952, has played a key role in advancing road and transportation engineering research in India. So our research is mainly on flexible payment, rigid payment, geotechnical engineering, transportation planning, and bridge engineering and division. So our past 7 decades, the research technology development, policy support, and capacity building we did it. And the theme of today's celebration, transforming waste to green infrastructure, particularly for the industrial and agriculture waste, into valuable road construction materials, and includes steel slag road technology, biobitumen from agricultural residues, EcoFix for pothole repair using steel slag, and many technologies recently we have technology transferred. And particularly these innovations demonstrates how science and engineering can transform waste material into durable infrastructure resources. CRRI is also actively working towards safer and smarter transportation system. CRRI already done a project IRASA Telangana, intelligent solution for road safety through technology and engineering using artificial intelligence techniques and also digital twin technologies for road safety audits, and particularly for the ITS technologies for safety system approaches. We have applied in Nagpur and also Telangana, and we have evaluated these technologies and accidents reduced to 50%. And CRRI has also conducted a road safety audit particularly for the more than 20,000 kilometers of highways, Indian highways. And also we trained over 900 road safety auditors and also developed Indian highway capacity manual. And also we recently developed Indian trip generation manual. This proves that scientific framework, traffic capacity and roadway design in India. And in addition, we have developed AI-based vehicle counting and classification systems, glare measuring technologies and charge EV software models for the future. For planning electrical vehicle charging infrastructure, particularly for this is very much useful. We have applied this technology for the comprehensive mobility plan for the Rajasthan, various cities in Rajasthan state. I am pleased to share that during 25-26 alone, CRRI has transformed technologies more than 20 industry partners with implementation across India and evenly internationally, also Chicago, USA. Our Reservoir technology implemented with the Border Roads Organization is supported road construction in Ladakh and Arunachal Pradesh. A major highlights today's event, the signing of the Memorandum of Agreement between CSR, CRRI and AMNS India for utilization of iron ore tailing in road construction, demonstrating how research industry partnerships can convert industrial waste into valuable infrastructure resources. I also extend warm welcome to the distinguished delegation. Russian delegations couldn't able to reach in time because of in a traffic situation. They will join in the middle. I will also warm welcome them also. As we celebrate National Science Day, let us reaffirm our commitment to science, innovation, and collaborative research to build safer, stronger, and future-ready transportation infrastructure for our nation. So, on behalf of all the scientists and staff of CSIR-CRRI, I sincerely thank all our distinguished guests for joining us today. Together, let us continue to use science and engineering to build roads that connect people, strengthen economies, and shape the future of mobility. Thank you all for today's. I welcome all the dignitaries on the dais and also scientists and all the staff of the CRRI. So I also specially welcome DG Madam. This is the first time after my joining as a director to the Central Road Research Institute. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for setting the tone for today's celebration and highlighting the Institute's contribution. Now I would like to invite Mr. Satish Pandey, Senior Principal Scientist and Head Flexible Payment Division, to present a brief on CSIR-CRRI Steel Road Technology and collaboration with AMNS India in advancing this translational research.
Respected Director General CSIR and Secretary DSIR Dr. N. Kalai Selvi, Chief Guest of today's function Mr. Bodhankar, who is the Chief Sustainability Officer of ArcelorMittal Nippon Steel India team. The delegation from ArcelorMittal team include Mr. Vishwanathan, Head R&D, and Mr. Gautam Banerjee, who is the Chief Manager of R&D Division. Director CRRI, and as well as the esteemed delegates in this hall. It's indeed my privilege to provide the brief of the steel slag road technology. So it's an outcome of a rigorous R&D work which we carried out for last 7 years. This project was started in 2019 with the financial support of Ministry of Steel as per the initiation of Honorable Member Niti Ayog Dr. V.K. Saraswat at the Niti Ayog. And the 4 major steel industries in India, including ArcelorMittal, Nippon Steel, Tata Steel, JSW Steel, and Rashtriya Ispat Nigam Limited, participated in this journey. So India produces around 30 million ton steel slag annually, and this quantity is expected to reach 60 million ton by the end of 2030. The majority of steel slag after partial metal recovery ends as a landfill, and there is a huge challenge to dispose of in a productive manner. So it occupies large tract of land and it causes water, air and land pollution. But with the advent of this R&D development with collaborative research carried out by CRRI with industry, be able to successfully transform this waste material in a productive product which can be utilized for different civil engineering applications. So one of the most significant application which we develop is the steel slag road technology, where we are substituting the natural aggregate using processed steel slag aggregate. So today we can construct the entire road from bottom to top, from subgrade to wearing course using steel slag aggregate only. So if anyone want to construct a 1 kilometer 6-lane road, then around 60 to 80,000 tons natural aggregates are required. So all these aggregates can be replaced or substituted with this industrial waste derived product. So there was a time like when I visit these steel plant, there was a challenge to dispose of this material. Like the ArcelorMittal are producing around 1.5 million ton steel slag annually. Now there is a time like they don't have any processed steel slag aggregate available in their plant. They have advance order for the different road construction activity purposes, and with this collaborative effort we constructed 6 steel slag roads in and around the Surat. So one of the first road we built it in June 2022, which connects NS6 to Hazira Port. It was 1.2 kilometer 6-lane road where we utilized 1 lakh ton process electric arc furnace steel slag aggregate as an 100% substitute of natural aggregate. Subsequently, on NH53 in front of Diamond Bourse, 8-lane 8 kilometer road, like 64-lane kilometer road, were built by the NHAI using process steel slag aggregate. Later on Mumbai Baroda Expressway, around 120 kilometer length has utilized this process steel slag aggregate supplied by ArcelorMittal Nippon Steel India. Then recently in July 2025, the Honorable Member Niti Aayog inaugurated another steel slag road inside the Adani Hazira Port. So Adani Port come forward and they decided to build the steel slag road inside their plant facility due to its high durability and very less cost of construction. So we successfully demonstrated inside the Adani Port, and now Adani Port is implementing this technology in the Mundra Port as well. So besides the Hazira Port, now it is going to be extended to the Mundra Port. So it's a very big like translative research journey, like from lab to field, we even able to transform this technology. And I am extremely thankful to the ArcelorMittal team for providing all needed support in this journey. We successfully transferred this technology to ArcelorMittal and they are our licensee. And Honorable Member Niti Aayog also visited their plant. So once again, on behalf of CRRI, I extend my warm welcome to all of you and looking forward this continued association. Beyond the steel slag, now another avenue is the iron ore tailing, and let us work together to have another sustainable solution for infrastructure development. So we have like the 4-minute movie which highlights the different CRRI waste to wealth road technology which we developed in this last couple of years. So I request the team to please release this movie. Like we have the message from the Honorable Director General CSIR, who is continuously the motivating figure for us, and under ma'am guidance we were even really able to transform this thing in a very such short period of time. Thank you, ma'am.
Under the vision of Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, CSIR institutes, especially CRRI Central Road Research Institute, are transforming India's road network through innovative, green and future-ready technologies.
जब हम इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर की बात करते हैं तो अधिकतर लोगों के मन में पहली तस्वीर सड़कों या फ्लाईओवर की हो जाती है। ट्रांसपोर्ट इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के विकास पर आज भारत जितना काम कर रहा है उतना पहले कभी नहीं हुआ।
To realize the Government of India's Waste to Wealth mission, CSIR-CRRI Steel Slag Road Technologies enabling large-scale use of industrial waste in road construction. And it has been successfully constructed in Gujarat, Jharkhand, Arunachal Pradesh, Maharashtra and Chhattisgarh.
Maybe India is now, today, formally entered into an era of steel roads. From concrete roads to steel roads, I think a matter of great celebration.
In high-altitude freezing regions, CSIR-CRRI's RejuPave technology is helping BRO build strategic roads in Arunachal Pradesh, Kargil, Ladakh and even Bhutan, ensuring connectivity where temperatures fall below zero. During the monsoon, potholes become a major safety hazard. CSIR-CRRI's EcoFix, an iron and steel slag-based instant repair solution, fixes potholes within minutes even without dewatering, making Indian roads safer and smoother.
And EcoFix is one such technology that connects both industry and society together, wherein the industry-driven steel slag along with iron components is coming up in the form of EcoFix.
With GeoCell technology, CSIR-CRRI is enabling sustainable use of end-of-life waste plastics in road construction, successfully implemented in Delhi and Ladakh. This green innovation enhances strength and durability. For rural connectivity, the MSS Plus modified mixed seal surface technology is transforming PMGSY roads. Its success in constructing 210 km of rural roads in Uttar Pradesh showcases its economic and environmental impact. From recycling waste to rejuvenating pavements and reinventing road repair, CSIR-CRRI continues to redefine India's road future, innovating today for smoother, safer roads tomorrow.
Thank you, Pandey sir, for sharing the insights about these developments. Now it is my privilege to introduce our chief guest, Dr. Arvind Bodhankar, a stalwart in the field of ESG and sustainability, with over 3 decades of experience across sectors ranging from steel and cement to pharma and automobiles. Dr. Bodhankar currently serves as Chief Sustainability Officer at ArcelorMittal Nippon Steel AMNS India. Prior to this, he led ESG and risk management for the Dalmia Bharat Group as Executive Director. A distinguished practitioner academic, he holds a doctorate in climate science and marketing with over 25 research papers, which have been referred by more than 100 researchers for their PhD work. His influence spans global boards, from the Global Cement and Concrete Association to the National Safety Council of India. But for us at CRRI, he is more than a guest. He is our vital partner. His vision at AMNS India is driving force behind our groundbreaking collaborative projects in sustainable infrastructure. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our chief guest of today's program, Dr. Arvind Bodhankar.
Thank you, Dr. Walia, for this generous introduction. I don't know where he picked it from. I'm sure he must have picked it from the LinkedIn profile. And so when Mr. Oman was supposed to be here as a chairman, and he's our CSO. And since he had to go somewhere else, he called me and Arvind, would you be able to go over there? And I said, sir, these are all scientists, PhDs and all, and I am a manager. I don't hold any patent also. What am I going to talk to them, on? So then he said, Arvind, the theme is like Waste to Wealth or something. I said, yes, then I am willing to come, because that is something I'm passionate about, Waste to Wealth. And I had done a lot of project on Waste to Wealth. I have been doing a lot of projects also. And so that's something I can just share experience. I'm not a keynote speaker, or I cannot deliver a chief guest address, but let me share my own experience. First of all, good morning and to the dignitaries on this site, Dr. Kalai Selvi, Dr. Raviraj, Dr. Vinod, and Satish also. Satish called me, sir, you have to come and deliver a speech. I don't know what again, the same story repeated, and he also said that it's Waste to Wealth, which we are talking about, precisely to transform wealth into sustainable infrastructure. I said, yes, that is something which is very close to my area, and I will be talking. So greetings to all of you for the National Science Day. And have a wonderful day over here. I can see a lot of scientists over here, and I'm told that there are about 1,000, 2,000 odd people listening to me on the other side of the with various labs. So that's a great thing to have. Let me tell you something about my own company. First of all, I'm sure many of you are knowing, but some of you may not be knowing. ArcelorMittal Nippon Steel is the world's two largest steel producers, they have come together. We are just a more than 5 years old company in this country, maybe around 6 years old company. We bought erstwhile SR assets, which were stressed assets. ArcelorMittal Nippon Steel put a lot of money into that to revive that whole this thing. And currently we are about 10 million tons of steel we are producing from our Hazira asset, where Satish ji and Gagan and all these people were coming on a regular basis. And just to tell you, before coming over here, I was in Hazira yesterday, and I went on that NH53, that section, 1.2, and I checked the quality of that road, because a lot of heavy vehicle movement happens over there, because it's a road, it terminates at Surat and starts from Paradip. So port to port it's connect. And when it's port to port connectivity is there, a lot of heavy metals, coil trucks, containers, all those things are going. But even after 4 years, that road is impact, looks sturdy, and you can drive your vehicle on that. And I'm sure the another 150 kilometers which we developed, at least that 1.2 kilometer section, I went and I checked and I found it perfectly okay. So ArcelorMittal Nippon Steel, as I said, we have many firsts to our credit. First of all, we are a only integrated steel plant which is certified as a green steel producer. Perhaps many of you could be knowing that Government of India had published a green steel taxonomy in 2024. And we had a press conference saying that we welcome that decision. And me, my CEO and Chief Marketing Officer had a press conference. My CEO gave a mandate that, Arvind, we need to be a first company who will be producing the green steel, flat green steel, and of course, an integrated steel plant. While there are scrap-based producers and small induction furnace producers, they are there. And we, within 7 months' time, we accepted that challenge, and now we are a green steel company. We are already certified. There are 3-star, 4-star, and our hot roll products are certified for 3-star, and cold roll products are certified for 3-star, and hot roll products are certified for 4-star. And then we are the largest gas-based DRI producers. All of you know that now of late climate change is becoming very, very important issue, and almost steel industry itself emits about 350 million tons of CO2, and that contributes to almost 12% to the overall footprint of the country. And it's a significant thing, and there is a huge pressure on steel industry to cut down. And we were the first to use transition fuel, natural gas as a transition fuel, while it is very, very expensive as compared to the coal-based fuel. But still then we are continuing to make that efforts, and 65% of the steel is produced through that route. And that's what something which is very, very important for us. Coming to the CO2 intensity, we are the lowest as compared to all the integrated plant. While the India average is close to 2.54, we are somewhere around 2.15 to 2.18. 2.18 is the last year's number, which is verified, but I'm sure this year's number will be about another 2% lesser than that. And we will be we will be getting verified for that. We are one of the plants which to produce steel, all of you know, we require about 3 times of the 3 times of the product which you have. So to produce 1 ton of steel, you at least require 2.5 to 3 tons of raw material. And so 1 ton is a prime material, while 2.5 ton is something which is, you can call it as a waste. While we don't call it as a waste, we call it as a byproduct, but it's not really giving a value. If steel is being sold at 55,000 or 60,000 rupees a ton, this is sold at, 100 rupees or 300 rupees a ton. So I still believe that it's not delivering the value. And as a sustainability professional, my objective to make sure that the product which we are it's delivering a value. If value is not delivered, the businesses cannot be sustainable. And I'm very happy to say that that two tons which is being produced, whether it is the iron ore waste in the plant, almost 90 to 99% is either recycle or repurpose. Of course, that doesn't include the tailing issue which we agreed upon today. But once I'm sure with the partnership of you, we will be able to, address that issue as well. We will be doing that as well. Another thing is our renewable energy, as I said, 44% from the grid is almost renewable, and we have a target to very soon in the next couple of years we need to achieve zero, 100% renewable energy. Of course, that all depends on various factors like the policy and all those kind of things. So that's about the ArcelorMittal Nippon Steel India. Coming to the theme of the today, transforming West into the green infrastructure. Friends, if you look at the global consumption, globally, the raw material, globally, every year we consume about 100 billion tons of natural raw material, which is very, very high, I will say. And if the global population is close to 8 billion people, the per capita consumption is around 10 to 12 tons, which is very, very high. Fortunately, in India, we are just half of that, but we are not developed. 2/3 of development is yet to come. And so we are at 5 tons per ton of per capita consumption, whereas globally it is about 10 to 12 tons is what the consumption is. And every year, Global Footprint Network, if you are aware of, they publish a kind of report, and I follow that report. They publish a Earth Overshoot Day. They actually call a Earth Overshoot Day. I don't know, many of you have heard about. And for 2024, the Earth Overshoot Day was July 24. That means, what does that means? So whatever resources were allocated for that particular year were already exhausted on July 24. And now whatever we are consuming from July to 31st December is something which is next year's allocation. It's like a budget. So whatever resources they have been allocating, so with this pace, if we continue, we would require about 1.8 Earth, to sustain by end of this century. Otherwise, we will not be able to survive. So this is that great a problem. And especially if we have to take country specific, US would require 5 Earth. Europe would require about 3 Earths. The good part is that India would require only 0.8 Earth. So because our consumption is very less. And that's why that's what the appeal I'm going to make at the end to you, and why this is happening. And again, I would tell another story around this. How many of you have heard about Alan MacArthur? Alan MacArthur was a British Navy sailor, and in 2005, when she retired from British Navy, what she did is she had a solo boat, and she put all the stocks and something in that boat, and she did a circumnavigation of the entire Earth, which is around 27,000 nautical mile, and solo sailor. And she had all the stuff. In the mid of sea, somewhere around, she realized that if I am exhausted with whatever stock I have, what would happen? And that's why when she came back to this thing, and she got that Queen's Award and all global, I don't remember that award also, but she realized, and in 2011 she started her own foundation, which is called as Alan MacArthur Foundation, and which talks about resource efficiency and resource conservation. And that is the first time they term this as a circular economy, and that's what the circular economy has become very popular. In 2016, Alan MacArthur Foundation, along with Alan MacArthur, came to India. Of course, Alan MacArthur did not meet me, but her team members met me. I was a part of Tata Group at that point of time. And she said, we are doing something, on circular economy and all this. Initially I thought this is something, a very big thing what they are doing, economy and circular. I got interested. I sat with them. But then over a period of time, I was listening to them. I said, this is what in India we always follow. The shirt which I was wearing at that day perhaps it was, I think, 8 to 10 years old. I said, this shirt I purchased since I did not put on weight. I have been using it for 8 to 10 years. And this story I kept telling. And after me, I think the kabadi wala will take this. My wife might exchange some bartan to it, will go another this thing. And, somebody else may use it. We may have some thaili, what we call it, of that. And eventually it will be burnt into the bhattis or some chindi polishing, and then whole life of this thing will be used. So in India, culturally, we are conservative by nature. We understand that resources have been very, very conservative, limited or scarce, which are there, and we need to conserve those resources. Today also, when there is a war going on globally, all of you know that people are standing in queue for 2 hours to 3 hours to get that one cylinder which is there, and they would, when government has decided that 25 days we will not replace that, I am sure the people will use it for 25 years. So the point which I am making is, culturally we are already conservative. We understand very well what circularity is all about, and the resources are scared. That we understand. So when I told this thing to Alan MacArthur Foundation people, they published a report also in 2016, and they mentioned all those things, that India per se, while this is the highest growing economy, but people are very, very conservative, and their per capita consumption is too less as compared to the developed world or the Western world. So coming back to circularity and using all the waste which is available to us, what we need to do is, what is currently missing, as I said, there is a value which is required to be derived out of it, because we can't keep exerting pressure on the nature. And I believe that developments, when we talk about sustainable development, it's all nature and the development go hand in hand. We can't keep on exerting the pressure on the nature and developing, and that's what which has happened in the global world. As a result, today we say, what is the situation? India is at much better place as compared to the global people. We may not have fantastic infrastructure, tall glass facade buildings and all, but still I feel we all travel globally. I had traveled to almost 30 countries globally, but I still feel that India is a better place. We may not have that infrastructure, but going forward that infrastructure would come. And my appeal to all you scientists will be, today, that India is conservative by nature. You need to help industry, and industry is ready to partner with us. We just signed a MOU with you on use of tailings, and industry is ready to partner with you. Industry is ready to support you. You need to come out with the technology. You need to come out with this thing which will more use the recycled material, or which will make sure that it doesn't exert an additional pressure on the nature. And that's what is expected. We don't expect a virgin technology which is coming up altogether new, which is consuming a lot of virgin raw material. So that's not the objective we are looking from the scientists. We want you to more and more circularity, more and more, so that 5 ton per capita consumption remains intact and it doesn't cross, and we that 0.8 earth which is left for us at the end of the century, that we consume. So with that message, let me stop my talk over here and take a pause and hand it over again back to Dr. Walia. So thank you for giving me this opportunity. Have a great day.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring words. At CSIR-CRRI, we are proud to be the technical partner translating the vision of circular economy into reality. Our ongoing work with AMNS India on steel slag utilization is a prime example of how research and industry can decarbonize our nation's growth. We are grateful for your leadership and trust you place in CSIR-CRRI to validate and scale these green road revolutions. Now it is privilege to invite head of our CSIR family, Dr. N. Kalai Selvi ma'am, Director General of CSIR and Secretary of DSIR, to address the gathering.
Namaskar, Vanakkam, and pleasant afternoon to each and every one of you. First of all, I'm here mainly because of two reasons. Number one is this is the first time CRRI is celebrating National Science Day with the new director, and therefore the moment Dr. Ravi Shekhar asked me, Madam, can you make it possible? I cannot say no to my neighbor, my future neighbor. So it's always, whether it is a country or a family or an individual, always you should keep the neighbor in his cool and in his comfort zone. So I wanted to assure him that I wanted to have a comfortable neighbor, and therefore I said yes. Not because of you are my neighbor, you are going to be neighbor. So any lab, when the new director joins, I always take it as a privilege that I should go and talk to the people. And also I will definitely talk on behalf of the director, and I will ask all of you to support him unconditionally, which I did for Dr. Parida also. And therefore I am here just to seek all your unconditional support, like the way you offered it to all the former directors. You should also extend the same, and in multifolds to Dr. Ravi Shekhar also. You will do that because he is from CRRI itself. So that is one reason, and the second one is it is a National Science Day, and I'm living in one street. The name of the street is C.V. Raman Marg. And this National Science Day, we are commemorating in the name of Raman effect, and therefore I cannot go against the ethics of my street, and therefore I said okay to you. So these are the two reasons due to which, truly speaking, I was having two other meetings, but I thought that no, today I should be here in CRRI. Then later on, I realized that a lot of value additions, that is ArcelorMittal, Nippon Steel, they are also going to be here. Then Russian delegations are going to be there. So these are all value added, I would say, information that I kept on receiving from CRRI. Then I felt that anyway I have decided, and therefore I will have more and more opportunity to meet with each and every one of you. Now, hearty congratulations to AMNS. I thought that Dr. Arvind, he was telling, no, I'm going to talk to scientists and all, but you really made very important points. But Dr. Arvind rightly took him as the choice of example, and he said that I'm wearing a shirt which is 10-year-old. I don't know whether Dr. Arvind's son or daughter will also tell the same language. I don't know. But the message he made, it is very, very clear. We, at least as scientists, all of us should have this kind of a very important, I would say, lesson or life lesson, and we have to follow it also. And Dr. Arvind and the team from AMNS, I will tell you, we are the strong followers of Professor Chetan Solanki, who is the energy saving planet oriented missions related person. Initially, he took VRS from IIT Bombay, and he was just preaching the green chemistry, and he was talking about all renewable energy related thing. He left his house, and he is now also living only in a bus. The bus is completely using solar power, and he is having only one bicycle, and his office, his garden, his bedroom, his reception, his kitchen, everything is only the bus. And he is running his life in the bus, not 1 year or 2 years. It is the 4th year he is running his life in the bus, and he is visiting as many places as possible, mainly to give some kind of an awareness on how best we have to save energy. So it is nothing but we have to save energy. We cannot stop using energy. So he says that either you stop using energy, it is not possible. At least you generate energy. Truly, we cannot generate any energy, like the way he said, any virgin energy from any virgin resource is very difficult. At least you try to create one form of energy for its conversion into another form of energy. Third one is very important. He says you minimize the usage of energy. So this is where Dr. Arvind gave the example of the shirt, and he really talked about a very important point today. So when Americans and Europeans are really aiming for 5 Earth and 3 Earth, we Indians, we have to restrict ourselves, and we will be restricting with only 0.8 Earth, because we have already learnt a lot, and this country is really following a lot of science and technology based ethics, knowingly or unknowingly, because it is our legacy. We earlier called it as culture, Indian way of living, Indian lifestyle. but it is completely bound by science and technology only. So that's why even he just told about his shirt. I will also tell, even in the case of rasam, which is the universal soup that we call. So if at all you use some amount of a red chili, olden days, at least two generations before, they used to collect that chili also, because that is going to be just thrown as a waste only. They will take it, they will dry it, and they will reuse it. This is what once upon a time villages were doing it. And therefore for us, this kind of a reuse, recycle, refurbish, all these things are not new. But what he meant is, whatever we were doing it in one sector or other sector, by X percentage and Y percentage, now the country and the globe and the Mother Earth and the situation and the geopolitical reasons are making it mandate that it is not 1 or 2 or XYZ percentage. It is to be followed by the entire community across the globe, without which we cannot really ensure that what kind of a life that we are going to hand it over to our upcoming generations. Therefore, with that kind of a threat, this particular laboratory, CRRI Road Research Institute, you have taken all these things as your responsibility, and you started working on to what extent India's steel slag waste could be really given a value addition, and why steel slag road, or why steel slag was chosen as the waste by this laboratory. I think it was a conscious decision. India was once upon a time the third largest producer of steel, but now India is the second largest producer of steel. And I'm so very happy we are now sitting with a company who is producing 10 million tons per annum of steel for the country. And therefore their wastage, he was already talking about, it is 1:2, because if at all you are getting steel as 1 ton, then the 2 ton is going to be in the form of a waste. And therefore what are you going to do with the waste? And this is where this laboratory came into picture. You just value added and you made it as an equivalent to that of the natural aggregate, by means of which we are not only saving the nature, but also we are doing justice by way of removing this waste and also giving it a new value addition. So we already made you to become rich and richer and the richest financially, and our science is now becoming more and more popular. And I always used to say in CSIR, any technology that we come up with the kind of a technology roadmap or the technology scale-up or for its real-time implementation, we should not be happy only when it is introduced, accepted, and also implemented in India. It should be accepted, it should be appreciated, and it should be implemented across the globe. Meaning is, the benchmark is global benchmark. The acceptance should be a global acceptance, and the implementation also should be across the globe. And I always used to proudly say in very many talks with other laboratories, by citing the CRRI as an example, many times I have told that CRRI is one institute wherein this technology has given us global visibility, global popularity. Because Dr. Satish Pandey is one person who will be tirelessly inviting me. He would have invited me so far at least for about 50 meetings, and I have hardly attended 2 meetings, I believe. But I really appreciate your tolerance, and you are such an unshakable person. Still he believes, yeah, DG madam will support. Meaning is, but he understood one point very clearly, whether I'm attending physically or not. All the time I'm preaching, I'm meditating, I'm talking, I'm sleeping, walking, eating, everything with the steel slag road technology that he is fully aware of. Whatever language he talks, because he has already taught me at least 3 to 5 times. Therefore, with the same speed, with the same frequency, with the same number, with the same citations, I can also do. If anyone is really suspecting, I can do it once more, not now. To that level, he really taught me what and all are the very important advantages of the technology. And in one of the New Year address, I think it is the year 2024 or 2025, I think, 2025 New Year address, I openly mentioned his name, and also I said, it is not only your industry who is talking about his style of working. I already said he is basically a scientist, but he acts as a PRO, he acts as a BDG, He acts as an industry person. He acts as a politician also sometimes. Not for political matters. Political leader I'm talking about. So he is not only making roads that connect people, he connects the scientific department with not only with ministries, PSUs and private industries, but also to great political leaders and global leaders also. So that way he is a great connect. So this laboratory came up with a kind of a bio-binder, but Satish himself is a great binder. And so this laboratory again has given me again special appreciations to Ambika and Bharat. So they made this laboratory to feel proud about this bio-binder technology. So petro binder to now bio-binder, this is a new definition. So today actually Dr. Arvind raised a very meaningful thought-provoking question. Why are you guys, he did not use the word waste. He said, why are you guys giving all these importance for this bio-binder that is going to only apply to the road? I'm having n number of applications, high value applications. Are you really interested to put it as a binder to road? Sir, actually we will not forget all the legacy. We started our journey with road, and therefore whatever we do, we will have a portion for road. So bio-binder also we have a portion for road, and this bio-binder, that's why I just made him to understand that it is not that just like that we are recommending it. Now country is coming up with the deeply thought about process. Even in the I would say biomass, you can categorize the biomass into group A, group B, group C, group D. And similarly, you can also classify the technologies into category 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now you can do the matchmaking, which biomass will be utilized for which sector, by means of which the efficiency and the cost economics will also be met out. So this economics and the efficiency is actually the first factor for a scientist, and cost economics is the first and foremost factor for the industry. And therefore, if these two factors are the basic factors by means of which this matchmaking is going to happen, I think this is where this country is going to see the light of the day. So immediately Dr. Arvind asked me, when is it going to happen? So I said, this is the toughest question. I did not answer that question. Why? Because policy is one such thing that we cannot say. If it is a research, I can say, Satish, you have to finish it within this month. I can say, Ravi Shekharji, you have to see that these projects are completed within this timeline. But policy is slightly different, because it is not going to take the data of only CRRI. It is not going to take the data of only from CSIR. We have to talk to very many stakeholders, and therefore it may take 1 year or 1.5 years or even 2 years. But one convincing factor is India started thinking very seriously about to what extent which biomass from which area, which regio-specific biomass should be used for which sector, by means of which the country will really talk about the circular economy, which was mentioned by Dr. Arvind in its meaningful way. And therefore, whenever this country is talking about circular economy or waste to wealth, or I would say even carbon capture, utilization and storage or sequestration, so all the time Satish will talk about only storage, but I will say even sequestration as the right choice of the word, because we have the bandwidth in the name of NGRI, the other CSIR laboratory, who is working on sequestration also. Therefore, you can talk about this kind of energy as well as carbon related economics from this CRRI also. So from the name, people will be thinking you will be talking about the road traffic, you will be talking about the flexible payment or rigid payment or bridge monitoring, construction. But apart from all these things, you are really giving a new definition to Indian roads. So hereafter, people can say that all roads may not lead it to Rome, but all roads could be made out of steel slag road. I think that should be the new proverb. So that particular proverb could be made very meaningful only from this laboratory. And I thought that when Raman was traveling in the sea only, he started thinking why sea is looking like a blue color. Now he was talking about another madam also, Alan madam also. So when she was just traveling in the mid-sea only, mid of her travel only, she realized it. And therefore, I always say that whenever we just strongly or whenever we carefully listen to the ecosystem, it tells us lot of important message, news, advice, and it whispers very many golden words. Only thing is we have to understand. And today morning when I was talking to Mr. Gautam and Mr. Vishwanathan from this ArcelorMittal Nippon Steel, they just made me to get excited on one more point, that today this laboratory is signing a very, I would say this is a historically important MOU that you signed today. Why? Because even this iron tailing, that also is going to be now utilized for the road construction. And therefore, hereafter in their steel plant, whatever is coming inside, nothing will go outside. Everything will be seeing its package in one form or the other. So every byproduct, hereafter they will not talk about byproduct, they will say product 1, product 2, product 3. Byproduct means there is one level lower, but I think hereafter they will start talking about all the products for its application. So when iron ore tailing is also going to be utilized for the road construction, days are not so far off. We need not worry about the supply chain, raw material supply chain. Because today the geopolitical situations are very unstable. And how many days the gas cylinders will come is a questionable question today. But we as all of us as CSIR family, please all of you lift your collar up and feel proud. I told yesterday night itself to the highest office that country need not feel panic, because even if the LPG cylinders are really going to be very scarce, but we already have a fully mature technology which is ready for implementation, and it is getting implemented at one particular level, which is nothing but methanol to DME. So this DME is another gas, so that can be easily mixed with our LPG. The same cylinder could be used, same regulator, same hose pipe, same burner, without making any change. Even the flame also is looking like the same blue color. So this country need not worry about, hoteliers need not worry about this kind of a shortage of LPG, because like the way COVID made all the entire globe to understand the real strength of India to come up with new vaccines. Now maybe this war is another boon. That's why I always tell you people, whatever is happening, whatever bad is happening, in the name of disease, in the name of disaster, in the name of landslide, in the name of hurricane, or in the name of war, we as scientists, we can remain cool because we are getting a project title. It is the objective of the next project. But we are not here to look for war should happen or landslide should happen. We are not here to pray for it. But even when that happens, we as a scientist, we can still remain unshakable because we are getting a new project. It's a new area. So now also I am telling it is a new area in which now the country will be able to prove. I am really confident. Now India will be able to prove in a much more stronger way that we are able to come up with a kind of an alternate fuel which could be mixed in a very generous way along with the cooking gas. And therefore what I am telling is, please keep watching, keep on watching, talk to nature, talk to the society, talk to industry, talk to each and every one. And then you will understand that what the country is looking for, what the ecosystem is looking for, what nature is looking for, what the entire globe is looking for from you as a scientific person. Unless otherwise you understand this language, unless otherwise you manage this language, unless otherwise you are able to really go through this particular language management, you cannot be a successful scientist. And therefore, that is the greatest lesson that all of you should learn from this National Science Day. One good example is you are having a lot of performing scientists here. I just mentioned only 2-3 scientists, but there are many other scientists. Everyone is doing a very, I would say, very proud technologies in the name of CRRI. Many times CSIR, we have celebrated you. But the only thing that I will tell you is, all of us are able to do it as a scientific performer or a researcher. But to what extent we are able to make it as a commercially viable product or a project is a questionable question. This is where you can take Dr. Satish as one good example, because he visits the industries, he talks to the people, he understands their language, he understands their requirement, and he offers his ideas and suggestions and recommendations. with the kind of a science he gives, the kind of a recommendation, industry starts believing his words, and therefore they are willing to give one segment or two segments or the entire segment for some kind of a test trial. And when he shows one level of a success at the industrial level, then together they just form a kind of a bilateral relationship, and they start traveling together, by means of which we are able to expose our technology to the real world. And therefore, you also please start from this point. Talk to the industries, visit the industries, try to understand what the industry is looking for. Rather than you develop a technology and then you just keep it on the table and then you call for, please come and see, witness, who is really interested. I think it should be the other way around. First, you go to the industry, talk to the people. What is it that they are really looking for? Try to understand that. Then come back to your laboratory and start thinking, will I be in a position to repurpose, redirect, reorient, and readjust my focus and an objective of my R&D in such a manner so that whatever I'm doing in my laboratory will find its application in the industry, not only in the industry, but for its real-time application in India, in other countries. So if you are able to understand this basic mantra, I think life is going to be very, very green and very, very colorful and very, very successful and sustainable for you. And therefore, I wish all of you to have a bright future. Hereafter, we need not say bright future because India is always sunny. Therefore, we can say all of you should have a green future. All of you should have a sustainable future for which only the research will give you the basic idea as well as the footage. And therefore, take messages from every person that you meet, take messages from everyone that you talk with, and also try to implement in whichever way it is required to be implemented. So with these few words, once again, Ravi Shekhar ji, so this lab is very proud of your accomplishments. And Ravi Shekhar is again, all the time this Road Research Institute is getting a leader who is always a soft-spoken person. So when the roads are very busy, I think these soft-spoken persons are able to manage the road traffic in a very, very calm, quiet, and a pleasant manner. So Parida also used to be a very smiling person. I used to say that it's a kind of a Mona Lisa smile with which Parida will be there. And now we are getting the Mona Lisa 2.0. So now please celebrate your director, his leadership. And this is one laboratory where the admin, finance, and purchase, they are also working with the same synergy. And many times I thanked the COA madam also because she is the one who volunteered the recruitment of some employees for the whole Delhi-based laboratories. This laboratory volunteered. So though headquarters is there in Delhi, this laboratory volunteered that we will do for you. Happily we gave it to them. And she has also done it so nicely. So thank you so very much. I do not know whether I can reveal one more secret, but I am revealing it. It's a secret, therefore don't share it further. It's an open secret now. So this Green Tribunal has agreed for some amount of around 7.5 acres of land that could be utilized for your quarters construction. That letter has come. And I will tell you, the second one is not secret. The second one is good news and a bonus to CRRI. From CSIR, we already started thinking and we have decided that few quarters are to be constructed in few places. And CRRI is one place where you are going to have a totally new quarters, not only for CRRI, but for the whole Delhi-based laboratories. And therefore, you will get new facilities. You are getting expanded area for about 7.5 acres. So these are the two bonus news that I can share with you on this National Science Day. So Ravi Shekhar ji, I have given you enough bonus. Now I'll start expecting all ROI. So I'll ask you every month, what are the new technologies? So where is Vinod Karar? So Vinod and Ravi Shekhar ji, both of you should now work as left and right, and you have to come up with very many technologies month after month. And this month also from CSIR we started a new slogan. Every month from headquarters we will transfer a minimum of 5 or 6 or 10 technologies of one particular laboratory. So January we have done it in the name of CRRI. February we have done it in the name of NIST Thiruvananthapuram. 14 technologies we transferred. Again this month, March again, it is CRRI. So within the first quarter, CRRI is coming for the second time. So now again for the same technology, again 16 new stakeholders. So I'm extremely happy and I appreciate each and every one of you. Congratulate each and every one of you. But you know, your DG is one person who will not be satisfied at all. So I will ask for more only. When you run extra mile, I'll ask more and more only. And therefore, please run extra mile. And I'm there to support you with a cup of glucose so that I can just tell you, run extra, run extra. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, ma'am, for your encouraging words and continued support, as well as the bonuses for CRRI. We feel deeply inspired every time we listen to you. So, thank you very much, ma'am. Next, we invite Dr. Vinod Karar, Chief Scientist and Head of the Planning, Monitoring and Evaluation Division, to present a brief overview of the MOA between CRRI and AMNS India, including a research project on utilization of iron ore tailings in road construction.
Thank you, Dr. Meenal. Respected Dr. N. Kanai-Selvi, DG CSIR and Secretary DSIR. Distinguished Chief Guest, Dr. Arvind Bodhankar, Chief Sustainability Officer, AMNS India, and esteemed team from AMNS India, Dr. C.H. Ravisekar, Director CRRI, dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, senior scientists, colleagues, students, media and valued guests. Again, a very warm welcome to you all at CRRI. It is my pleasure to be a part of a significant milestone, the signing of the Memorandum of Agreement between CSIR, CRRI and ArcelorMittal Nippon Steel India, AMNS India, Gujarat. This partnership launches a vital research activity on the laboratory evaluation of iron ore tailings for utilization in granular and bituminous layers of flexible pavement, which is a very vital step towards sustainable infrastructure innovation. While CRRI brings decades of expertise in roads and transportation R&D, the AMNS India's commitment to green steel and industrial progress aligns perfectly with our shared vision for eco-friendly materials. Together, we will transfer industrial byproducts like iron ore tailings into high-performance pavement solutions, reducing waste and advancing India's road network. A special thank to Dr. Vishwanathan Nagarajan, Head of R&D, AMNS India, Shri Gautam, and R. Satish Pandeji for championing this initiative. Your presence, DG ma'am, inspire us all. Let us now proceed to the MOA signing, a testament of collaborative excellence. Thank you once again for joining us. Thank you and Jai Hind. And now I would request Dr. Vishwanathan Nagarajan, Mr. Gautam, to join us on the stage for exchange of agreement, and we also in the presence of esteemed our DG ma'am. Miss Nidhi, please come forward.
Today, We are also celebrating the leadership and brilliance of young women in science through multiple group activities. It is my great privilege to invite our respected DG Ma'am, the first woman to lead CSIR, to kindly inaugurate the Women's Day Special SCI Build 2026, jointly organized by CSIR CRRI, ACSIR, and INYAS. I also request Dr. Mukti Advani, Senior Principal Scientist and Coordinator ACSIR, and Dr. Siksha Swarupakar, Senior Principal Scientist and Member INYAS, to please come on the dais and be part of this inauguration.
Just soft launch. Women's Day, all women
So before we concluding the program, we would like to express our sincere gratitude to our distinguished dignitaries. May I now request our Honorable DG Madam to felicitate our chief guest, Dr. Arvind Bodhankar. Please, sir.
Congratulations. No, collect it and afterwards.
Now I request Director CRRI to kindly honor DG Madam.
Next time onwards, you should not honor me. I'm already honored. Thank you so much.
Now I would like to invite our AMNS partners, Dr. N. Vishwanathan and Mr. Gautam Banerjee, to come on the stage. Please, sir. Dr. N. Vishwanathan is Head Research and Development AMNS, and Dr. Gautam Banerjee is Section Head Raw Materials and Byproducts AMNS India. Yes. To conclude today's program, now I would like to invite Dr. K. Ravinder, Head of ILT Division, to deliver vote of thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Walia ji. Respected TG ma'am, Dr. N. Kalai Selvi ma'am, and today's chief guest, Arvind Bodhankar ji, and respected director, Dr. Ravi Shekhar, and my colleagues on the dais, Dr. CRRI ji, and Mr. Satish Pandey, and our guest from the AN and MS, and my dear colleagues, good afternoon, everybody. On behalf of CSIR-CRRI, it's a great privilege to propose the vote of thanks. First, I would like to thank Sri Arvind Bodhankar ji. You might have observed, he start with, I am not a scientist, I do not have a PhD, but he deliver more than that. So he is kind very number of good terms, new terms also. One, he told green steel producer. So it is about CO2 equivalent emissions intensity is less than 2.5 times less than the finished steel. I think we have to congratulate them to produce the green steel in India. And he kind about Earth Overshoot Day, and Miss Alan Marker is a circular economy she coined first time, and also at the end he given a message, energy conservation. So thank you, sir. Hope we will do your expectations in the future. I think it deserves a big round of applause, please. I would like to thank DG ma'am. So she always talks as a family member whenever she comes to CRRI. So then the DG as well as the Secretary DSIR. Thank you, madam, to always keep CRRI on your radar, and we will keep up to your expectations. You rightly coined during the difficult times, we always have opportunities. So we will face the challenge to find the new avenues. So certainly we will do our best, and you have also given one good nickname, Mona Lisa, to our director, and also the gift to CSIR, CRRI as well as other CSIR labs in Delhi, about 7.5 acres of the land to build the new quarters. Thank you, madam, for taking the initiation. And at the end, you told, in addition to energy conservation, you told packaging system. So it's a byproduct. At the end, you will not have any waste. I think we will see to that in the future coming years. And I would like to thank our director, Dr. C.H. Ravi Shekhar, and he given the brief view on the activities of the CRRI, like biobinder, steel slag technologies, and also IRASTA studies. At the end, he flagged CRRI is striving to do the safer, sustainable solutions to our Indian related problems as a whole to the nation. And I would like to thank Sri Satish Pandey to make the new a very nice film, and a big round of applause to him. I would like to thank Dr. CRRI and his team to make the MOA is signed during this time. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Yeah, Rexy ji. So, very good afternoon to all of you, and on behalf of CSIR-Central Road Research Institute. Yeah, am I audible? Yeah. So, very good afternoon to the our Russian delegation. On behalf of CSIR-Central Road Research Institute, I extend a warm welcome to all of you in this National Science Day function. And so our Director General CSIR-Central Road Research Institute and the Secretary DSIR is today is the guest of honor of the function, along with Mr. Bodhankar, who is the Chief Sustainability Officer of ArcelorMittal Nippon Steel India. So I request Director CRRI Dr. Ravi Shekhar to please welcome Mr. Gosovets, who is the head of Rosvetador, the Russian Road Federation department. Now I request Mr. Dimitri, please be on the dice, and I request Director CRI to please welcome him all as well. Mr. Sergey, Mr. Dimitri. Mr. Sergey Petrov, if I am pronouncing it correct. Then Mr. Dmitry Kuznetsev, yeah, please be on the stage.
Значит, хотим пригласить господина Дмитрия Кузнецова, господина Сергея Петраева, господина Дмитрия Батурина, пожалуйста, на сцену. Александра Бедусенко, господин Антон Журавлев, господин Михаил Позднякон, Дмитрий Грибачев. Пожалуйста, на сцену.
One by one. Otherwise, everyone will be on the dice.
No, everyone is well, I announced the whole list. So, are there more? No? Okay. Let's have one photograph.
I request, yeah, please be like this is a time of national anthem, and after that we will proceed for a bilateral meeting with the Russian delegation in our council hall. So please be seated for 5 minutes, and then we will proceed for the bilateral meeting. Yeah, Miss.
I request everyone to kindly rise for the national
जन
anthem.
गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Now I would like to invite visiting dignitaries to please move forward for the bilateral meeting at Council Hall. Or, yeah, downstairs, sir.